Καλημέρα. Είμαι ο Αργύρης ο Μακρυγεώργου από την Adacom. Μου είχαν πει ότι θα πρέπει να κάνω την παρουσία στα ελληνικά. Απλά έχοντας τόσους καλεσμένους από το εξωτερικό, θα προσπαθήσω να το κάνω όλο στα αγγλικά. Δεν έχω μεταφράσει μόνο ένα sound αρχείο. Θα το εξηγήσω εγώ μετά στο περίπτερό μας στους ξένους. Οπότε, take two. Hi everybody, this is Argy. You can call me Argy even if you're Greek. I'm the head of Endpoint Protection and the Information Security Officer from Adacom Cybersecurity. Today's special, the IoT, also known as Internet of Things. After spending a few years in Ireland, the letter H is missing from many of my words. That's Grant. Unfortunately, I don't have the desk that I needed to show you some stuff beforehand, but let me grab my phone. So, a few years ago, like a decade, the cool stuff about having a device, it's an iPhone, but it doesn't matter, is that apart from a phone, you can have your emails, a camera, it was a gaming platform, a GPS, and that was all you needed. Now, for the IoT, this is actually a control center. You can use it to control your CCTV at home, and you can even grab some data here. You can even control your fridge, your laundry machine, your refrigerator, and that is the Internet of Things. Now, the agenda for today, I hate agendas, to be honest. I'll talk a bit more about the IoT, the risks that they're engaged, along with some mitigation. Let them load. So, you see here, we start from some basic network devices here. We go to some most modern, like phablets, smartwatches, wristbands that they monitor your health, telemedicine, teleporting maybe in a few years, I hope. I hate traveling. Drones, so you can kill remotely bad people. Smart fridges that they buy for you. You know, they're aware if something is missing from your fridge, like the beer or milk, and they can order it online. I mean, as long as you give them your credit card. I don't know. What I said before, imagine that everything is interconnected, and that is really the Internet of Things. Now, how we got there? I mean, IoT seems a bit exotic, but really, it follows the history and the evolution of IT. So everything started from ENIAC, which I think it was the first computer. You see here this chap trying to add a 2 megabytes hard drive to this quite huge machinery. Back to, you know, forward to late Steve, that he's doing his job there. That's a screenshot from my fridge. Actually, my fridge is a female, so, you know, I called her. She lets me know that I'm out of beer. And finally, Skynet. You know, you see this chap there, metallic, non-human, big gun, flames. Probably he has killed everybody. But, you know, that's IoT as well. Now, we're going forward with a prophecy from one of Greek prophets.
Με τη φαντασία σου λοιπόν σε καλώ να παρακολουθήσεις μια παραγγελία πίτσας στο κοντινό μέλλον. Να μεταφερθούμε στο κοντινό μέλλον. Η φωνή μου είναι πιο... Κοντεύει 12:30, κάτσε να πάρω κάνα delivery να στανιάρω. Για να πάρω στο τηλέφωνο ένα delivery. Ναι.
Pizza Hut, καλησπέρα σας.
Καλησπέρα, θα ήθελα να δώσω μια παραγγελία.
Θα μπορούσα να έχω τον εθνικό αριθμό ταυτότητας, παρακαλώ.
Μάλιστα, τον εθνικό αριθμό ταυτότητός μου μια στιγμή είναι 0610-204-999-8, Παύλα 45, Παύλα 54, 610.
Ευχαριστώ κύριε Πανούση. Λοιπόν, η διεύθυνσή σας είναι 1742 Λεωφόρος Κηφισίας και ο αριθμός τηλεφώνου σας 494-2366. Το επαγγελματικό τηλέφωνο σας στον CTFM είναι 745-2302 και ο αριθμός του κινητού σας 266-2566. Από ποιον αριθμό καλείτε?
Είμαι στο σπίτι. Από πού τις βγάλετε αυτές τις πληροφορίες?
Είμαστε συνδεδεμένοι με το σύστημα, κύριε.
Μάλιστα. Θα ήθελα 2 special pizzas με κρέας.
Δεν νομίζω ότι θα ήταν καλή ιδέα, κύριε.
Γιατί τι λέτε, για σας παρακαλώ.
Σύμφωνα με τον ιατρικό σας φάκελο, υποφέρετε από υπέρταση και το επίπεδο της χολυστερόλης σας είναι υψηλό. Η ασφάλεια περίθαλψης που έχετε σας απαγορεύει μια τόσο επικίνδυνη για την υγεία σας επιλογή.
Μας τρελάνε. Εντάξει, τι μου προτείνετε λοιπόν?
Μπορείτε να δοκιμάσετε την πίτσα light με γιαούρτι ή σόγιας. Είμαι σίγουρη ότι θα σας αρέσει πολύ.
Και τι σας κάνει να πιστεύετε ότι θα μου αρέσει αυτή η πίτσα?
Συμβουλευτήκατε τις νόστιμες συνταγές με σόγια στη βιβλιοθήκη της περιοχής σας την περασμένη εβδομάδα, κύριε. Έξω την πρότασή.
You got the point.
Εντάξει. Δώστε μου 2...
You got the point. So, now, how we can, the real challenges. You see here, I think that you all know Furby. That's one of his children here, you know. That's a very known pet from Hasbro. The newer model comes equipped with 2 LCD monitors as eyes, and he can read out your emails. If you tweak it a bit like this thing here with the antennas, it can easily hack your wireless network or put a worm or Trojan into your internal network. So, you know, it's never as simple as a toy. Okay, that's for you. Another example, latest one. I don't know, if you're getting multiple RSS feeds from security hacks, you probably know the hacked dildo. I don't know really the difference between a vibrator and a dildo, but I know that somebody hacked one that was equipped with a 4K camera, and you know, your internal network went public. I'm not much of a face recognition expert, but I guess that this is a new angle to how to identify things. And as it says, you still need to practice safe sex even when it's over the internet. No more comments. Now, really, the challenges. Life cycle, pretty self-explanatory. Indexing and unauthorized search. Imagine that all your personal, confidential, strictly confidential data, that they reside into a database, so a potential employer can access them beforehand, during the HR process, in order to understand if you have a criminal record as a minor, like myself, if you're gay or not, if you smoke or not, if you have a disease or not, which is a bit of unfair. Interconnection. You're going to hear this word during my presentation a lot, because that's the synonym of IoT. Profiling. Almost everybody has Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Tinder. I know you have Tinder. I don't know if anyone's wife is here. So somebody can make a profile and use them against the family, your bank, your work, your presence generally. Interaction and projection. All the new cool devices, they go by the original passcode, with the 4 or 8 digits, and they can authenticate using your fingerprint, like a basic facial recognition. So now the devices nowadays are not agnostic of the user, but they really know who accessed them, keep a log on that, and somebody can track and say, RG used his phone to do that at a specific point of time, which is kind of creepy. And of course, identification and tracking, nobody really likes stalkers. Now, President Roosevelt, along with my father, who's sitting there, always used to say, never come to an argument to point something or blame something without coming with a solution. It's called whining. So, I won't stick to the technical stuff. You see here some traditional solutions. Take 2, yet another one. Yet another one seems a bit sarcastic, but it's really not. I mean, IoT is something exotic, but it does not mean that in order to adapt it, we have to forget everything we know. We still need stateful firewalls. We still need WAFs, DBFs, endpoint protection, relay protection, border protection. We have to step on them and go one or multiple steps forward to embrace securely IoT. Mitigation, as I told you, realization and awareness. You have to realize the new era. You have your phone that controls your self-driven car or your fridge. You have to understand that your fridge runs an operating system which has vulnerabilities that they can be exploited. So somebody can hack your fridge, hops into your device, the control center I was telling you before, and gets with this phone via the BYOD policy on your corporate network. Boom, you're hacked. Security, mandatory part of a build process. It's the same thing when we say that OWASP should be in every SDLC for software. Existing measures, the absolute baseline. I told you before, when you commission a new asset, it doesn't matter when it resides, it still needs antivirus, encryption, DLP. All the basic security kit still applies here. Identification of the weakest link. That's really obvious. The weakest link is me, you, and you. It's always the human. You can put a very strong password policy. You can have tons of high available network devices, spans. It doesn't matter. You leave your computer unattended and open, unlocked, boom, you're hacked. And of course, being proactive, having a POA and a cyber response plan. I mean, this room is full of risk managers. Do a gap analysis. Include that you might be attacked. No, sorry, you'll surely get attacked. You might be even hacked. Know how to react. Have a standard POA. Include your cyber response in your actual plan. Have a red team or get advice from somebody else. And of course, the ultimate mitigation, Adacom. We're just outside the room. Now, when I was trying to make the presentation, to build it, it was cool that I see that there are already reports about that. So the matter is not so exotic, really. You see Symantec, Cisco, and DHL, they try from different angles to understand the matter. To be honest, angling that is not the optical, as far as I'm concerned. You need everything to go for the business. It's exactly like the IT. And of course, there are even open organizations like OWASP and NIST that they're building frameworks, which means best practices, solid ideas of how we can adapt and scale inside IoT. Now, take a deep breath and let's get ready for the outro. That will be your takeaway for today. Let's revisit together the basics. New attack vectors. I told you before, somebody hacks your fridge, hops into your mobile, gets into your network. Privacy in danger. IoT is very cool, but we have to take into consideration all this information that gets interacted and where all this information resides. Who can access them? Is it encrypted? Is it protected? Are we talking about confidential data, private data, strictly confidential? That's all questions that we need to ask ourselves and our enterprise, along with the individual. CIA still applies, but not solo. Of course, by CIA, I'm not referring to the agency from States, or I hope I don't. That's the soup of information security, confidentiality, integrity, availability. It's a baseline. It still applies, but not by itself. Security culture. I told you before, we have to go from awareness to culture. Awareness was cool 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Now we have to go into culture. We have to educate ourselves first and the next generation how to breathe securely in the IoT. Enabling security online. That is, this was placed there by marketing. That's Adacom's new motto. So, but I mean, you can see the relevance with IoT, right? IoT, this is the fun part that you can see in my t-shirt as well. Anyway, can you hear me now? Cool. Okay. Human factor, always the weakest link, as I told you before. Security thirst, and of course, enjoy responsibly. Kida, thank you very much.